Hey guys, what's up? It is Nick, aka Valence with Gamer Assault Weekly, and we're here at RTX seeing some awesome games, and one of those actually fits my favorite theme ever. This is Mist of Stagnation, and I had a chance to talk to them yesterday. I'm really excited to talk to David today. And as far as people who may be interested in Mist of Stagnation, because it is fairly new, give us a little bit of background on what the game is, how it came about.
Sure. So the team started about a year and a half, 2 years ago. We actually were a group of people that had been working on some like Half-Life and Source mods and things like that. So, you know, pretty natural fit. Yeah,
that's fantastic.
Gordon Freeman all the way. But so, you know, we decided to go into UDK and try out a different project. And initially what we were trying to do is come up with a game that relied heavily on teamwork. So that's why the whole first-person shooter RTS hybrid, that's how that comes into play. So a main component of it is you can jump into it and it's a very familiar feel for that first-person shooter part. Yeah. But the commander system for the RTS is going to give the team more incentive to work together. You know, the complete goals, you get the control points, which will capture resources for your team, which then your commander can upgrade your weapons, your armor, your regeneration, your speed, even respawn rate. So
that sounds pretty interesting, and I love the idea of combining two of the big genres. I mean, personally, we're all fans of Battlefield. We're big Battlefield people at Gamer Assault Weekly, right. And it's awesome to see kind of those elements, because if you just throw a first-person shooter in there, that's a pretty saturated market already. So it's interesting to have that element. Now, I have to ask, because I personally am a big steampunk fan, how did the steampunk theme even come up? Like, what was that inspiration? Why do steampunk?
So steampunk's always been a pretty big passion for a lot of us, even before I guess it was even technically called steampunk. Right, you know, right. Stuff like, you know, you go back to like Back to the Future Part 3, you know, just taking that kind of stuff. Mad Max was a huge influence, and then of course BioShock more recently would be a huge influence to us. The version of steampunk we're going for is called practical steampunk versus like the fantasy steampunk. So, you know, you can even see on a lot of our designs that, you know, we don't just throw a lot of brass and gears and copper on things and say, hey, that's steampunk now. It's actually all functional, and it could be made into like a real weapon, for example. So
that's awesome to see that too. And I was looking at some of the animations you guys have up on your website, and you're exactly right with that. It does feel more practical, it feels functional, and it's so true that people just decide to throw some gears on something and call it steampunk. Yep. So this is David, Osiris Studios, Mist of Stagnation. I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing that right. Now, for all of the Gamer Assault viewers out there, do you guys have any playable version of the game yet, or is this kind of the first time you're bringing it out?
Well, this is 2 weeks ago. Is the first time we brought it out at SGC in Dallas. So this is the second time. All those fixes at SGC got put into this build. So we do have up on Desura, ModDB and DB site. We do have a playable build-up, which we will be sending out private invites to get in that and start testing with us. In the meantime, we're also on Greenlight, so we just want to put that up this morning. So
Steam Greenlight, we actually just talked to Necro yesterday. Right. Steam Greenlight is a fantastic community, so it's awesome to see you guys on that. Yep. But guys, definitely go check out Mist of Stagnation. Again, big steampunk fan, happy to sit here talking with David, and be sure to check it out. As far as when they can get maybe a more public demo, do you guys have any kind of ETA on that yet?
So we just also released a gameplay trailer, which will be updated probably when we get back a couple days from now. And then as far as like the full game with the full commander system in it, because right now all we're showing off is the first-person shooter, sometime right around PAX is when we expect to see that. So about 2 months, and we're going to start, you know, a lot of public betas and stuff like that. We'll hook this guy up with a bunch of keys so him and his community can...
Giveaways, guys. You know we're good for it. We do them every day.
So yeah, we'll hook you guys up, and you can help us test it out, see what you like.
Awesome. I'm all for it. David, thank you so much. And be sure to check out Mist of Stagnation, guys. I'm Valence here at RTX, and I'll see you in the next video.